So I have got a question for you. Now here the question is based on circle and triangles. We are going to use the concept of circle and triangle, which you can find in the geometry here. In the geometry module, you can find the chapter triangle and circle. You can go through the concepts and practice questions here, so it will be easy for you to attempt such questions. Alright, so here you have the question in front of you. Question says, in a circle with center C and radius 6 root 2, PQ and RS are two parallel chord separated by one diameter. If PQC is equal to 45 and blah 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 blah. So let's understand with the diagram what is given in the question. Okay. Now, if you want, you can pause the question and try attempting the question by yourself, and we can match the answer. Or let's solve this together. So let's say here is a center C. Up you have two chords PQ and RS. अब पैरेलल कॉर्ड्स तो है, बट पैरेलल कॉर्ड्स में कंफ्यूजन क्या है? इट कुड बी एट द सेम साइड ऑफ द सेंटर और इट कुड बी एट द alternate साइड ऑफ द सेंटर. नाउ how will you define or how will you decide that? For only that purpose, you have one sentence given in the question, which is parallel chords are separated by one of the diameter. This part of the question itself says that the parallel line should be at the alternate side of the center. Okay, so let's say this is PQ for example, and here you got what? RS. ठीक है? और SR. Now here it says angle PQC is 45. So PQC, angle P, Q and C. So let me join this QC to make the angle. This is 45 degree. Okay. And the ratio of perpendicular distance of PQ and RS from C is 3:2. It means if I draw a perpendicular from here to C and C to this point, okay, let's say M and N, okay. So here they are in ratio what? 3:2. Okay, we'll keep this in mind. Then the area in square centimeter of a quadrilateral PQRS. अभी फिलहाल के लिए मैं ये रेशियो हटाता हूँ, इसको बाद में यूज करेंगे हम लोग. Now, if we look at this PQRS, ध्यान से देखो PQRS. This quadrilateral is nothing but trapezium, right? Because for trapezium you have opposite sides parallel. So PQ is parallel to SR. That means they are trapezium. Correct? Okay. अब trapezium का area क्या होता है? We need to find out the area. So area is half height into sum of length of parallel sides. That's the formula of area of trapezium, right? So we'll focus on this. So basically we need to find out the height. Okay, height can be a perpendicular distance between these two parallel lines and the length of the parallel lines L1 and L2. करते हैं, चलो शुरू करते हैं. So पहले यूज करते हैं this information which says PQC is 45 degree. Now if you join this one, this is also what? 45 degree. Now here, if these two are 45 degree, then this should be what? 90 degree. Correct? So I can use the property here of one triangle, the right angle triangle, which we have studied. Which property? Says if two angles of a right angle triangle is 45, 45. Here it is 90. So 45, 45, 90. So if it is A, this is A, then opposite to 90 degree side should be what? A root 2. This we have discussed a lot many time in the practice questions of triangle. Okay. Now here the radius as per the question is what? 6 root 2. Okay. That means the side opposite to 45 degree length is 6 root 2. So ये दिया हुआ है आपको 6 root 2. It means the side opposite to 90 degree should be what? 6 root 2, which is A, into root 2, which is with the property. So root 2 into root 2 is what? 2. So 2 6 कितना हो जाएगा? 12. So this is what? 12. So that means what? PQ, which is the side opposite to 90 degree, is 12 centimeter. यहाँ तक ठीक है? Okay. Now, if we do a construction and join SC and RC, okay, CS and CR दोनों को join किया. Okay. Now they are also a distance from center to the circumference, and center to the circumference is called what? Is called what? Radius. So ये भी क्या होना चाहिए? Same होना चाहिए, right? Now, if you draw a perpendicular from here, this perpendicular, okay, CN, this perpendicular, यहाँ पे फिलहाल मैं C इस तरफ लिख देता हूँ. Then we have a right angle triangle once again here, right? So we can apply Pythagoras theorem, but before that, we need to know one more side of this Pythagoras, this right angle triangle. Which one? SCN for this angle. This we know, 6 root 2, this triangle. Okay. Now we can get to know that with another information which says what? The perpendicular distance from the center for PQ and SR is 3:2. Now, if I draw a perpendicular here, where if I join C with a perpendicular here, this, okay. अब इससे भी आपको कुछ देखने मिलेगा, समझना ध्यान से, बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. आई होप दिस इज नॉट टाइनी इनफ, ओके, इट्स रीडेबल इनफ, राइट? नाउ CP you can see it will act like a perpendicular if you consider the triangle. Let me draw. Shall I draw it again? PMC. PMC. If you see this, I have drawn the perpendicular, and here this is 45 degree. Yeah, because they are what? Isosceles triangle, because both are radius, right? So here PC become a side opposite to 90 degree, which is 6 root 2. Now I'll again use the same property. If this time I have 6 root 2, which is opposite to 90 degree, and here if I say that is 6 root 2, it means for this time A is equal to 6. Okay. So opposite to 45 degree for this particular triangle should be how much? 6. Okay. So opposite to 45 degree, let's say opposite to 45 degree is this one. Let's say this is 6. Okay. That means CM become how much? 6. Do you agree with that? Yeah. So I have used the same property 2 times for different triangles. Different triangles. पहले किसके लिए use किया था? PQC के लिए. Remember that. पहले किसके लिए use किया था? PQC के लिए, where C is a 90 degree. Now I am using this for what? PMC, where M is the 90 degree. Okay. I hope that's clear. Now here देखो, with the first, using it for first time, I got PQ as 12. We need that because to find out the area of this trapezium, I need the sum of side of parallel line. Okay, sum of length of side of parallel line. So पहला parallel line मिल गया हमें 12. Second के पीछे हम लोग पढ़े हैं. Now here if MC or CM is 6 and question said that it divides into 3:2 ratio. That means, and if it is 6, ये वाला part जो है ना, ये वाला part मैं बाहर external draw कर रहा हूँ. Please don't get confused here. This part is 6 and as per the question this is 3:2. So if ratio का 3 value का 6, मतलब ratio का 2 should be value का 4, right? This is part of ratio proportion chapter. So in that case I can say Cn is equal to what? 4. Look at this here. Cn is equal to 4. Now can I apply Pythagoras theorem and find out Sn? We also know that if we draw a perpendicular from the center of the circle to any chord, it divides the chord into 2 equal parts. ये हमने पढ़ा हुआ है. Okay, it's a property and we can prove this property, but अभी जरूरत नहीं वो. Okay, now can we apply the Pythagoras theorem here? Yes, let's apply the Pythagoras theorem and say what? CS, that's perpendicular, that is 6 root 2 square equal to Cn, which is 4 square, plus Sn, which we need to find out, square. Okay, so this is 6 square, 36 into root 2 का square is 2, so 36 into 2 will become 72. 72 में से 4 square, which is 16, यहाँ पे minus हुआ, बचा कितना आपका Sn square. Okay, if you do the subtraction, what you get here is 56. Now to get the value of Sn, you have to apply what? Square root of this. Fine. To simplify, ये ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप इसको लिख सकते हो 2 root 14. Okay, so Sn is 2 root 14. Sn is what? 2 root 14, right? 2 root 14. So बताओ SQ कितना हो जाना चाहिए? SQ कितना हो जाना चाहिए बोलो? SQ, just a minute. Yeah, SQ. So that is the remaining part. So NQ and NQ will be equal to NS, right? Because of N is midpoint of R. अरे Q नहीं रे बाबा, R है वो, my bad. So RS, where N is a midpoint of RS, if SN is 2 root 14, then the remaining part should also be 2 root 14. So total SR as a side become what? 4 root 14. Okay, this is what you get. Got it? Now this is another side which is parallel side and ये उसका length आ गया. Now, can you find out the area in that case? Can you find out the area in that case? Now you can say the area, the, oh my handwriting, area is equal to half of height. अच्छा, height कितना आया? Height कितना है देखो, total height कितना आ गया? Total height which is 6 plus 4 here, that is equal to 10. So here I got 10 and multiply by what? Here sum of opposite, sum of opposite. So this is 12 plus 4 root 14, right? 12 plus what? 4 root 14. So if you simplify this further, यहाँ पे हो गया आपका कितना? This is 5 and you can take 4 common from the bracket. So 4 5s are 20 again. 4 common निकाला तो you will have 3 here and you will have nothing here. So 3 plus root 14 remaining. Now why are we doing this? Because we have to match with the options. Okay, so options are, do we have the option? देखो यहाँ पे देखो, 20 20 सा कुछ दिख रहा है ना? So you can see option number C is your answer. 20 outside, 3 plus root 14 inside. Right? Option number C is your answer. Got it? Okay, so I hope you understood this question. I know diagram has become very messy, but if you follow step by step, you will find it easy. You can see we have heavily used the property of a triangle, which is especially the right angle triangle 45, 45, 90, and area of trapezium, that is part of a polygon, and the property of circle, chord, that everything we have used here. It's a beautiful question. ऐसे क्वेश्चन आपको और प्रैक्टिस करना चाहिए एंड यू कैन फाइंड सच क्वेश्चंस इन माय course geometry part. You will find all the practice questions there. Okay, so I hope you understood the question. So let's solve the next question.